Has everybody got donuts?
I tried some, yeah. I want some more. I want coffee, actually. But we should get going at this.
It's your. I got all day. I know you guys you're on a schedule.
Let's start it up and Chisme can come up a bit. Yeah, we're in a 5-hour drive, huh? And I gotta get to a guitar center.
Word up. I don't think we have to do any of the intro because Arash is just going to do it later.
Okay.
So we're in it already, dude.
Hey, Arash, how you doing, man?
Don't flush the toilet. Hey, welcome to another spectacular episode of the Crappy Awesome Podcast. I go by Mr. Arash, even though nobody calls me Mr. With me is not KILLcRey, even though we'll just call him Chris. Just at this exact second, he's not with me, but you're going to hear from him very, very soon, I promise you. We are, of course, brought to you by platformcollection.com. Make sure to go over there to check out all the amazing independent hip-hop content that's on there. There's music videos and essays and music and videos and essays. You know, by now you feel like I should know how to explain this very well, but apparently I still trip up on it. Anyway, the point is that you'll get lost in the content there, and while you're there, you can check out our sibling podcasts. There is Culture Sessions, hosted by Melathion and Archive and produced by Spock Beats. Life on the Road with 60 East. Really, though, with Cookbook of LA Symphony, orchestrated, hosted by the amazing Noah James and amazing Lisa J. And they have, by the way, their own amazing podcast network, which you should definitely check out. The Ghetto Blaster podcast with Ricochet, Proof of Life Radio, and Status Escalate, 2 different shows hosted by one gentleman who goes by Kali. Make sure to check those out. And, of course, the notorious, the amazing 2mex Hologram podcast, which was kind of like the testing ground, the breeding ground, if you will, for 2mex Hologram Radio, which is the 24-hour streaming radio service that you should be sure to go check out. There's a portal to it over at platformcollection.com. You can check out shows like The Up, hosted by my partner in crime, KILLcRey, as well as many other shows over there at 2mex Hologram Radio. There's tons and tons of content over there, so make sure you check that out. That's all at platformcollection.com. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. It is Platform Collection, all spelled out on Twitter. I'm sorry, that's on Instagram. And on Twitter, it is Platform Collect with no shun, just Platform Collect. Shout out to Tor Project. It's an open source privacy platform. You can learn more about Tor Project, our amazing sponsors, over at torproject.org. Tor is spelled T-O-R. I hope you know how to spell project. And, as always, a shameless plug for Burner Podcast. That's hosted by yours truly. By the way, yours truly means me. I don't know if you know that, but I host Burner Podcast, and that's about the Burning Man community, which I imagine by now even though you're a hip-hop head, you are somewhat familiar with it if you listen to this show. If you're listening to this show on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or Spreaker, make sure you go over to platformcollection.com where you can check out all the old episodes, all the way back to episode number 0. Man, that was so long ago that you can probably hear our voices crack because we might still be going through puberty. We're coming up on 300 soon. And thank you. Huge thank you to our amazing listeners. You guys are why we keep doing this. Speaking of Burner Podcast, that whole wing of the operation is really expanding right now. I just came back from Saguaro Man. I'm going to make sure not to pronounce that G too much. So I'm going to just go ahead and assume that if you're listening to this show, you already have some idea what Burning Man is. If not, you can, Google that shit. Anyway, what most people don't know is that there is Burning Man. That's the big, huge event out in the Nevada desert with over 70,000 people. But there's also these smaller regionals. all over the world. There's like Africa Burn in South Africa. That's like 13,000 people. There's an Ireland Burn. It's like in a castle. There's Mid Burn. That's in Israel. That's the second biggest other one. It's same vibe and a lot of the same art and the same art cars and all that shit, but much, much smaller. So if you've ever wanted to go, but trekking out to Nevada is just too much of a pain in the ass for you, you should look into some of the regionals that might be closer to your neck of the woods. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this is that I attended the one of said regionals, the one in Arizona, which is only about 1,000 people. It's very small, and it's called Saguaro Man. And funny enough, there wasn't a single saguaro cactus in sight. Ha ha ha. Anyway, it was fucking rained and hailed and snowed on us while we were building this very large-scale art project called The Journey. If you are interested in learning more about Saguaro Man or The Journey, you can check out Burner Podcast over at burnerpodcast.com. And the reason I'm telling you all this is that I am not part of today's interview because I was away at Saguaro Man while this interview happened. So it's going to be Chris. And let's get into today's episode of Crappy Awesome. That's enough of that Burning Man bullshit. While I was away in the Arizona desert getting fucking snowed on, Chris stayed in sunny Southern California to link up with one of our favorite people, Ceschi. Chris and Ceschi do some catching up, and then they're also joined by Chisme. And yes, indeed, those two names sound kind of familiar. Chisme is a rapper/producer signed to Ceschi's label, Fake 4. They're going to get into all the usual stuff that they get into, background information on how this journey came about, how the music thing happened, how the two of them met, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and eat some mushrooms now while you guys get into this interview. Oh, you crazy kids. You have your fun with Ceschi and Chisme. Mushrooms. Can't wait to get all up in this mushroom and cheese pizza. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant when I brought up eating mushrooms.
He's on vacation, man. He's doing Burning Man shit.
Is he really?
Yeah, dude. He took over the Burning Man scene. He took it by storm.
Does he do like floats and stuff? Does he like build crazy like?
He's like in. I think he just recently joined like Burners Without Borders or something like that, and they're like serious builders. Like,
okay,
they go out there and like really build houses and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and it all started with his Burner podcast.
And what happens? What happens when they're home? When they're back from that festival? Are they doing like community work or anything?
I think most of it, that's all it is. Like, at least that group. He's been in other groups where it was kind of more like partying and but he kind of just, that's not really why he went there. So I think he's trying to find like a group who's really about it all the time. And it seems like maybe he found that. We'll see. He's on vacation doing that stuff.
All right, good for him.
Yeah, man. And you're on tour.
Grind my bones up, snort them through your pretty pink nostrils till your stomach expands from cuts to your guts. I wrote a lullaby from the depths of your insides to sing you sweetly to sleep as you cry tonight. I'll be a ghost of Christmas past on a pillow of feathers all soaked as rags. In a thunderstorm over Skid Row we've danced in dreams, but in reality I don't dance a dream. In reality all my life's a screams, emotionless and half the man I'd ever hope to be. So promise me you'll pawn my guitar on a Fairhaven street and buy yourself a diamond ring with $100 you receive in the crack spot near the bail bondsman near the gas station Hess. I swear to fucking God I tried my best, but my best will never be good enough for a perfect guy this mess. And as long as I'm alive I will be drenched in my regrets. Tonight I'll sleep in sweat in another bed without the warmth of your flesh, molding pillows into your shape in hopes of catching rest. Let's make it through the winter without peeling off each other's skin. Let's grow our hair and learn to live again. Cause spring is right around the bend. It'll melt away the bitterness. It'll grow new trees and pollinate the land. The king and prince of both some Christmas lights. There'll be a ghost of Christmas.
I am.
How many cities so far?
Oh, I can't tell you, man. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. How
You don't think about that stuff?
Not really.
Isn't that like a normal question? Like,
I know. Here's what I can tell
where have
you.
you
We
been?
have 3 dates left out of, what, 20? 21? Something like that. Yeah, turn the mic on, bro.
Something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been on the road with Chisme since the very beginning. April 28th we started, and today is May 18th, right?
May 18th.
So
The day after the world ended. Did you know that? It was supposed to end on the 17th?
it did end.
It did?
This was a post-apocalyptic world right now.
Tight. So
Yeah.
nobody's going to listen to this.
And that's why Chris Cornell took himself out.
Maybe.
night.
This will
Holy
be,
shit, man. And he had that one song. What's that one Soundgarden song? It's kind of about the apocalypse.
All Soundgarden songs were about the...
You know what I'm talking about? The one with, like, it's got, like,
Black
the clockwork.
Sun?
The clockwork now. Oh, yeah, that one, too.
That
But
one seems like
the Clockwork Orange kind of theme in the video where they're flashing all this crazy... man, I forgot the name of it. It was a good song.
Yeah, maybe that's what that lady meant when the world was going to end. It was just that Chris
everybody
Cornell was
melts,
gonna
man.
die.
Chris Cornell was the actual Jesus.
He's the world. Like,
He was the Jesus.
He's like the living embodiment of the world. You know what I mean?
There's so many ways. We are. This is like
Is
we're
this
living
too
in
soon?
like. Have you ever seen Leftovers?
No.
That show Leftovers. It's like basically one day just thousands of people disappeared from the United States.
Oh, I think I did see that. Yeah. But aren't they going like a Christian route with that?
Not really. It's about just people trying to figure out impossible things. You know.
Well, where did the people go?
Well, they don't know. So some people start cults saying that they know the truth,
Right.
And they don't speak, and they just smoke cigarettes. And then some people, become deeply Christian. and then-
Wait. You just blazed past that. Like,
Yeah, there's a cult. There's all these cults that pop up after this, disappearance.
there's a cult that doesn't speak and just smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, they don't speak. They write everything, and they just smoke in your face, and they're like dressing all white.
That's kind
And
of
a lot of people are just kind of dipping out of society and joining these cults. And
Yeah.
There's another cult that pops up where it's a guy that just hugs you, to feel love. He's like a cult leader.
Yeah.
So the Leftovers is really about like just humans figuring out how to live in this
Wow.
sort of like, I don't want to call it post-apocalyptic, but post-disappearance society. So imagine that your entire family just disappeared one day in front of your eyes. Like,
Yeah.
and you have no idea.
Is there like a society still working? Like, is there like a
it's
structure?
just the world has moved on. It's just 2 years after that happened.
Oh, wow.
Everything just cars stopped.
and
Everyone got
everybody's
to
cool?
accidents.
Like, everybody's...
No, it's a deeply.
The world's in a dark
everything
place.
It's a dark place. It's a very dark show. It's one of the most depressing shows I've ever
But does
seen.
it, I'm over here, spoiler alert and shit.
Whatever. It's got so many layers. I can't even begin to tell you. It's only going to be 3 seasons. This is the last season.
Okay.
But yeah,
Maybe I'll just catch up on it.
I'm a big fan. But anyhow,
Wait, I want to talk, hold up. I want to talk TV shows, because did you see the OA?
I saw like 1 episode of that. I've been really on tour a lot, and so
dude.
yeah, that was dope. I saw 2 episodes.
That's the shit.
My brother was into it.
That
though.
movie's the shit. Did you see it?
No, I've never seen that one.
Oh, that's fucking amazing, dude. And then there's another one called I think it's called The Experiment. It's with Robert Redford, and he plays a doctor who discovers like the afterlife.
Oh wow!
And it's like it's just like what would happen,
see that.
like what would happen if that actually happened. And so he basically brings back the information. Well, the premise is that he builds a machine or whatever, or figures out a way to do it. Basically, how to kill you and bring you back beyond,
Well,
And
there's actually some of that in Leftovers as well.
yeah. And so this is like, and then at some point he takes it public, and then people find out, and then people find out, and then start killing themselves.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Because he's like,
Of course.
he's like, you don't die. Like, this is what happens.
You would do the same.
You just go to the next
right?
place.
You would do the same.
Maybe. I mean, dude,
Would you?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's about, that's about technology and man becoming God, though, right? It's like how much control do you want over your life? We try to control every aspect of our lives, but we will never control everything. We will never know everything. There'll always be mystery.
Okay, so then would you check out? I mean, if it was like as clear as like it's on CNN, here are people like, you go to this other place.
Yeah, but that's the same as someone. That's the same as telling someone, would you do DMT though?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
most people won't take.
But
that trip.
I came back.
Exactly, and you will come back from this Robert Redford thing as well. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm saying if they're like, look, Ceschi, we could end your time on this plane.
And it puts you in a new plane.
Yeah, we don't know what that is. We just know that something exists.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, I thought maybe you can come back to this plane.
No. Like people were ending it because they knew, like people who were done with this.
That would suck. Like, what if there's no like indoor plumbing in this other plane?
I mean, it could be
like the simple luxuries of life.
Yeah. Everything's pillows. Yeah. You're just a dog.
We just have to invent these things.
You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what you'd be.
But yeah, we should.
Oh yeah.
We're here with Chisme. They just woke up, took showers,
showered up.
We're at the Lafayette Hotel. It's like one of the coolest hotels I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's like very old school. This is Ariel.
Hello.
I would think that you guys are
Erik.
living the good life at this hotel.
It's nice, man.
I mean, it is.
There's
nice.
a life-size chessboard. So
yeah. Because when you have like that much leisure time,
This is like definitely like 60s, like sunny California leisure time.
On Sundays, they throw like retro parties here.
It's very retro.
Yeah. So you guys are on tour. Chisme, I was telling the guys last night that they're a group that I have heard about from various people.
Great.
But I'd never heard them till last night, which was dope because I got to take it in live.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. You guys are amazing.
What was your take on it? I'm so curious.
This is what I felt. My immediate like knee jerk was like, I was like, why don't I know about this?
Tell me would you wait? Would you wait the red river run? Tell me would you wait? Would you wait the red river run? You know I went down to the river. Lord, I stayed down on the river. You know I went down to the river. Lord, I stayed down on the river.
Everything I do for you. Everything I do for you. Everything I do for you. Everything I do for you.
Would you wait you red river? But I had to go back. Tell me, will you wait the red river run? Will you wait the red river run? Will you wait?
that was like my immediate need. Because, dude, this is like, I mean, you know, like we nerd out on this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I'm always looking for like another artist to discover it or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And not that like I discovered you for me, but it's like I was listening to it and I was like, man, the aesthetics of like the sounds you guys choose. You know what I mean? Like, because it's very deliberate. It is deliberate. Like there's, you know what I mean? There's a part of you guys that you are representing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when you guys have like, it's not like it's two white guys putting Latino music in samples or sampling a particular Latino thing or, you know, mm-hmm. But then the race thing is so secondary to like what you guys are creating. You know what I mean? Like it is, you guys are walking in that place that I love. Like that's me personally. I love that place of like art and hip hop and the people performing the hip hop aren't afraid of being artists. You know what I mean? Because that is, dude, in hip hop, you know, it's like
there's a lot of image.
Sure.
Image in hip hop. Yeah, we're not trying to, you know, go up there and be like, we're Mexican. Listen to us rap. It's more like it's just part of the package you get. You know?
Yeah.
We grew up in South Texas. There's no getting around that. You know,
yeah.
That's part of it. And the samples that Erik chooses, yeah, they're childhood memories and shit. You know?
Yeah.
Stuff that's just we grew up with.
How do you guys get to this point where you're at right now, creatively? Like individually, what was like the starting point for you guys?
I just get some samples and
no, go farther back. Growing up in your house, was there music?
There was lots of music.
Who else was artistic in the house?
Really, my parents, that's all they did was just listen to music, mm-hmm. drink beer, barbecue, and
listen to music.
You know, put it on the record player, tapes, and my dad and my mom would be like, "Oh, ¿sabes qué? Pon Jeanette." Yeah. Like, pon Los Angeles Negros or just stuff like that. And when I was a kid, I was just always like...
Who was curating the sounds, though? You know what I mean? Like, who was like... was it your dad that would mostly... So it was his taste.
Mm-hmm. But... again, at the same time, my mom would also be... It was like equal.
Well, she was the programmer. She was and he curated the sounds. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that basically, growing up, you know, finally got my first sampler, and I was like, my parents have a lot of...
Most of those sounds made it onto the albums that we have.
Oh, wow. Those records, you're still going through that pool of records. Yeah. Wow.
And my dad, he's still showing me some new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Very sexualized.
You are
He showed me new stuff.
Yeah, he showed me some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Some great albums there, you know.
Okay, wait, so you're taking in the music as you're growing up, like, organically, right? But there's something, you guys know as well as I do, like, there is, like, this decision that every artist makes at some point that they take ownership of what they do, and then they are that, right? Like, there's people who, like, yeah, I have a job, and then, you know, I rap, and blah, blah. And then there's people who are like, I'm a rapper, mm-hmm. you know, or I'm a musician, or I'm you know, whatever. Yeah. They accept it. What for you? What did it take to get to that point? Because that's like always. I mean, not everybody makes it to that point. Let's be honest. Yeah, or people get a glimpse of what that really is, and then they realize like that's not what they wanted. You know, they liked maybe the glitter of it all that they assumed it would be, and then there's people who start to dive into it like with their lives, and it becomes a part of how they make their living.
Yeah.
And it's a different way of life, you know?
Yeah. I'm straddling that line, you know.
Right now?
Yeah, I got a family. I've got a wife. I got a kid. I got a job.
Yeah.
Somehow I managed to get 3 weeks paid vacation.
Yeah.
To come on this tour. Yeah.
Yeah. You were telling me last night.
Straddling this line, you know. Like,
that's a win, by the way. Anytime you can get someone to pay for
3 weeks.
Yes.
3 weeks. It's gonna be awkward going back.
So tomorrow, let's just. I mean, that's the elephant in the room, right? Then, so tomorrow, something comes on your plate, musically or artistically, that can move you, like, can upgrade your life maybe one level, where you get a little more comfortable, but it's still a hustle. Is that enough? Because one of the things we talk about on this show a lot is like the entrepreneurial mind and basically like the concept of people trying to match their current situation before they take the leap, which is impossible. It's completely impossible.
It's not going to happen.
It doesn't exist. And so what would push you to that point? Because you, like you said, it's not just you. You know what I mean? Like, you have a family, so...
Yeah, we have great benefits. Like, we don't have to pay for medication and stuff. Like, that I know is not part of the musician world. You know, you don't get that kind of security. I don't know what it would take. But as soon as this opportunity came to do this tour, 3 weeks, I was like, fuck yeah. I'm not even going to tell my boss. I didn't tell him until 2 days before I left.
That's what you were going to do?
I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks. You want something from California? See you in 3 weeks, James.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on over there, but that's
Are you going? You're going back to a job though, right?
Last show Saturday.
Yeah.
Go back to work Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So is that a discussion in the household? That
I'm
going to use 3 weeks.
Definitely. Yes. Yeah. You got to get babysitters. You got to. It's crazy, but it's been worth it. I would say it's totally been worth it.
How do you translate that, dude? Like, how do you translate it to your significant other? Like, this was worth it. If she couldn't see it.
She's very supportive.
Yeah.
My wife is very, very supportive. And, it wasn't an easy conversation. She's got a lot of stuff going on with her job. And, I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks. I'm taking our car. And we're all going to cram into our car.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy, but she's super supportive. And like I said, I think it's been worth it. And I think it's been really good for our band, So many of these shows, people have been like, I haven't heard of you. I've heard of you, but I never heard you.
Yeah.
So we finally get to put that, face to a name type of thing. And we've had some really, really good shows. So it's been worth it. It's been worth it 100%. And I slept on a bunk bed last night.
Yeah.
On the top.
As a grown man.
That's tight. It is a nice bunk bed. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you, everything he just said, how do you view that? I mean, how long have you guys known each other, by the way?
Like 6 years.
6, 7 years.
Yeah.
6, 7 years.
We've been
Okay.
doing the Chisme thing for 5.
And you met on what terms was that? Like just mutual friends
shows,
or shows?
Yeah, in San Antonio.
Oh, he was doing his thing, you were doing your thing.
2 different bands. Yeah. And he was up there with like a keyboard, a guitar, and MPC, and like all this shit. By himself, carrying it in by himself. Like, taking it out at the end of the night.
It sucked.
Yeah. So we've condensed that to one MPC.
I try to make really great music for the people, and they're like, what is that guy doing? And always, what is this? And then I was like, I need to be in a band. I really wanted to be in a boy band and all that.
Yeah. Did you really?
We had 3 other guys at the beginning.
Oh, what happened?
Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
Back all right.
Is that somebody? That's me. No. But okay. So how we were talking about how everything Erik said about how he's dealing with all of this.
I'm Ariel.
How do you feel about it?
I support my family.
Yeah.
It's all love.
I mean,
you guys are friends, right? Yeah. So he has other responsibilities to think about. Do you have family?
No, I don't.
So you're single.
I'm single as fuck.
Yeah. So does it become is it a topic of conversation at all?
Yeah. I mean, that's my family.
I call him, see how his day is going. Hey, how's work? Fuck, that sucks, dude. I'm over here.
He never asked me about work.
I'm over here at home just making beats.
Making beats.
Feeling lonely
till 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, I'll post stuff up like on Instagram, like 5 a.m. just making beats. I'll be like, oh, I'll give a little snippet out.
Okay, so let me make it simple. Something drops on your plate tomorrow again. It's an upgrade for both of you guys. In your mind, are you like, Erik's taking this? Fuck yeah, we're taking this. Or are you like, oh man, I hope Erik takes it?
Ariel is. That's Ariel. That's Erik.
Oh, that's our Ariel is. Yeah.
Yeah, we take it. We take it.
You're like, we take. But do you feel like that's what would happen? Like we have to take it? Or are you like,
yeah, we'll take it. Yeah.
We don't say no to much.
Yeah.
We don't play San Antonio as often as we did before. But yeah, we don't say no to much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to.
What about like your musical influences as far as not necessarily like the sound, because the sound seems like it comes from a lot of different places, but like technique, because there is a particular, like you can, when I hear you rap, like there's definitely sounds that I've heard, like what, I mean, there's a little, it sounds like it makes sense when you play with Ceschi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to, other artists. I don't know.
Yeah,
but to me, it makes sense. I think I was telling you guys that last night. I was like, wow, the package of the little tour is really cool. Like, it's really eclectic, but it all makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did you get into basically that type of hip-hop?
I mean, we were like, Erik is the anti-con encyclopedia. So, I mean, we grew up listening to that kind of thing, and we weren't like Mexican descent, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really big into anti-pop. So it's just always been like a real eclectic style that I've had an ear for. And Erik really, really suits that as well with the beats.
Yeah. I just try to take everybody in a weird journey with my music.
Yeah. It's about the mood. Yeah, it's about the mood more than it is the message.
Yeah.
So we're there to create like the environment. Not so much like this is the story.
Right. This is the feel.
Yeah, this is the feel. It's the feeling we get when we play this beat. Kind of.
Yeah.
Thing.
Do you when you guys are in the studio, do you usually create first, Erik? Like, do you?
Yeah.
And then you give him the beat.
He'll listen to like all these beats that I got, and then he'll be like, "Let me write to this." Or,
Yeah. And then we'll start, building it. We'll add other instruments. Erik plays multiple instruments, so we'll take that framework and then start building it up, adding guitars or whatnot. And then I come in. I have a sampler, and I'll punch in different sounds and different samples, and we'll just build it from there. From the ground up.
What was what you guys were doing, or at least seen like in the scene? In whatever hip hop scene there was around you, did you guys feel like you fit into that? Did you guys play a big role in that? Because I'm not familiar with San Antonio, right? Yeah. I'm not familiar with the San Antonio hip hop scene. Is it something that you guys played a big part in?
Yeah.
Don't be humble about this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. Were you guys on a lot of flyers?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys were active within the scene,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Was that something like the sound? If the rest of the scene was commenting on you, would they feel like, oh, they fit into our scene, or were you guys kind of sticking out? Like even artistically, sonically.
Yeah, I mean, we stick out. We're definitely doing something a little different than
than everybody else does in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Hip-hop.
Okay.
I mean, there is a indie hip hop scene there for sure. There's also all the dudes who want to sound like Slim Thug.
Sure.
And Lucky Luciano.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But
fuck, I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yeah, no, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing out there in Texas. But
is that still a big scene out there? Like the Latino, Chicano?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Car shows. Yeah, all that shit. So we definitely stick out. In that way. We don't. I don't think we've ever played a car show. No.
You don't know the beauty of playing a car show?
I would love to, though, man.
We would do it. That's the thing.
Yeah. You're open.
Yeah.
I would love to play some.
Erik's got a lot of bangers for. You would.
I would definitely
fill a car show.
Like sample like all oldies but goodies, and just for that car show.
True classics. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would smash it.
Yeah. No, but Erik is also, anytime anyone's coming through San Antonio, Erik is booking them. So he's he's got his hand in like 4 different venues.
Yeah.
Knows all the promoters.
Okay.
Erik's kind of like what I am in New York.
Gotcha.
So when East is coming to town,
and I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you about that too, Ceschi. Was the fact that Erik played multiple instruments another thing that attracted you to them? Because I know you're big on.
We are very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know. We get along very well.
Really? Who's more neurotic, you think?
I don't really think we're really neurotic at all. Actually,
no? You're a little neurotic.
I can get kind of anxious, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Eric's a little more laid back than me.
Yeah.
I am. I don't really say much whenever I'm
not being spoken to.
Yeah, I just I like to look the other way.
What's that based on?
I don't know. Nervousness. I mean,
yeah. Dude, trust me, you're in the trust tree on this show.
Yeah,
we talk about this kind of shit.
Eric's got a real big personality, man.
Yeah,
we've been on this road, and we just like a lot of the same. Like we're grunge fans and psychedelic rock fans. And
this whole tour,
and we're also Latino, and we're also like speak Spanish. Like we just have a lot of like, right? Like we just have a hella similar background. I've seen some crazy shit in our lives, like
we've lived the crazy lives.
Yeah.
Militant when it comes to ripping this. Returns diminishing. Mexicans, not Dominicans. Complex, not no simpletons. Skip those middlemen. 2-drink minimum. You don't want me to get ignorant. Dirty sleight of hand. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. I'm all Crocs, white socks like a boss. Drunken boxcars down the boulevard. Drinks at all costs. Who'd have thought? We're still involved. Killers not at loss and never not so soft. We bet the squad. Watch a dog bark to the gods. We fought the law. It was a draw. Dark moments, kumbaya and coup d'etats. Dark applause. We drop a Hollywood jaws. Guarding other gods. I like to drink. I blame these people that we put in charge. Lower 48. Pouring salt on a broken heart. Driving without headlights. Navigate with star charts. The passion's gone. Beer cans in the parking lot. Living meticulous. Oblivious to the bitter end in the best sense. He was a slave to the pen. Born a wretched stench. In a town that no one went. The album came out. Nobody knew what it meant. Spice up that bubble tag, homie. Cypher so rise. Big city known for free lunch. Eating small fries. This world is ending. It doesn't make a difference. This marks the starting point. The last one thing that makes us different. Carved in cardamom. Coattails personified. Implied the blind science. Cut a dirty rug. Electric slide. We bet the farm. We let it ride. When progeny and I combine, we shine bright until we. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision. On rainy days, I pray for sunny days. Double vision.
Where did you see them first?
Well, Erik brought me. First they opened for me at a place called the Petty Cab, and this is years ago. This was like 2010, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe that 2011?
2011,
I think, maybe? Yeah, 11. That makes sense. And but I even met you. Did I meet you before that, right?
Yeah, I met you at South by Southwest with Soul in the Sky. Right?
That's right. Yeah, that's where it was. It was this weird like restaurant. South by Southwest.
And it was free.
Everything becomes a venue. And we did this, like we opened this little... This year,
who's we?
It was like me, Soul, and the Skyrider Band, Dark Time Sunshine, Henri Osborne, and stuff like that. And
Erik, you were there performing?
No, I was there
just to take it in.
Yeah. I was so on the Skyrider. I was like, okay, cool. And then I see Ceschi. I'm like, what the fuck? this is amazing. Yes. And then I saw Dark Time Sunshine, another amazing. And then Polly Think was there too.
Yeah.
Were these people? Were they any of them on your radar before this?
No. Soul.
Soul. Yeah, other than Soul. Yeah.
And then that's when I discovered Ceschi and.
Did you not know about like Henri Osborne at that point?
Yeah, from Old Dominion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's Dark Time Sunshine.
But so how do you meet Ceschi? You just go up to him and.
I did. My friend actually, he goes, dude, I think he's giving CDs away. I was like, oh, cool, hell yeah. Went up there, he was $10. I was like, fuck. I spent all my money on drinks. but the next day,
But wait, did you talk to him then?
Real briefly, like, what's up? But the next day, they played a show in San Antonio at a Spanish mansion.
Yeah.
Some house. And I saw him, and we from there we started talking and all that.
Yeah, that was an interesting show.
Wait, did you remember him from the day before?
Oh yeah,
that's a weird thing though.
He sees lots of faces.
Yeah, but I mean, say that.
I don't know, man. He stood out to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just don't know what it was. Just his energy, kind of.
Yeah, really good energy. And then he brought me, and this is really the thing. He brought me. I think did I fly? Did you fly me into town?
Down,
He flew me to San Antonio like a year later, or so, or 2 years later, for this amazing show, man. And it was like this pachanga, and it was like, there's seriously such a great memory.
And that's because that's when you were booking stuff.
And that's when we became friends.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
He opened this big path.
Yeah.
Hey, homie wants to tour. Or pass by through San Antonio, like, what can he do? And then
he gave you a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, though.
And I was never, like, a promoter. Or
right.
But, you know.
It's more out of necessity.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll roll with the punches.
And it was a way, I assume, to make money, right? At least a little bit?
No, not even
None?
that, man.
You don't make any money.
No. How are you flying him in?
My girlfriend. She has
yes.
She's supportive also.
Right.
So, what's it called? I was working too, but
supportive in a lot of ways.
Very.
Yeah.
It was a really good trip, though.
Fucking hip hop.
It stood out, you know. I always liked San Antonio too. I always liked visiting. So
yeah. Okay. So at what point do these guys get on your radar as far as like? You know what? I got to do more than just know them. I kind of want to partner with them on something.
Well, man, I think it was just one of the EPs they showed me. They had like a long full length, and when people give you like really long albums, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Like you want to take things in at first, like piece by piece.
Yeah.
It was like the second EP. They released an EP, and that is when I was like, whoa, there's something special here.
Yeah.
It is this vibe that is like South Texas,
right?
But it's like dark sometimes too, and it's just like, but it's like summery, but it's it's like being depressed in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then part of it's like, and there's this like, and I could just imagine like, there's some of these lyrics that Ariel writes over these beats that are just like, they're just descriptive. They're just showing. It's truly like creating an atmosphere, and I just related to it really.
Yeah.
And I'm not from an area like that. I grew up in the Bay Area, but you know.
No, but from an outsider looking in, it makes sense to me. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, I can see.
And you also relate to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
that's
true. Yeah.
That's the thing. It was just there's something to it. You
well,
know?
I know that too. Like just. You know, having the background that of Mexican descent for me, like, was like a discovery, and you guys were like that too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know anybody occupied that space.
Yeah.
Tight, someone occupies that space now, for me at least, and that's why I was asking about, back home. If that was like a common thing, because sometimes that happens, like a sound will come out of an area.
Like
you know?
I would say here, from my outside perspective, they definitely stand out. I see a lot of the acts there, and a lot of the acts are either like harder than that, or like or like super like Mexican, like in your face, like you know what I'm saying? And like it's all, or it's like all cumbia beats, or like
right.
Indian names.
Right.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, they just were more like an artsy version of that, you know?
You know what? This is the thing that it's like you guys remind me of like the fact, at least for us in Southern California, because we have like so much like roots of culture here, especially like Chicano culture and Mexican art, and so, but you guys don't exist. Like that sound doesn't exist, and I was like, wow, that could fill a void in a lot of communities, like all over the place. I'm not talking just Mexican. I'm talking about like in the art scene period, nobody's occupying that space. And that's always, to me, that's just an exciting thing. Like as a music lover, I'm always like, that's kind of what I'm always looking for. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that I'll bump longer because I'm like, nobody might know about this. I get all like, you know,
but it's
like
also
into it.
It's also so subtle, man.
Yes.
It's just like I hate to use this term because it sounds so corny to me, but it's just a vibe, man.
It is.
It's just a vibe that and a sound and a feeling, like exactly how he said. It's also like our friend Serengeti said, when they're performing, it's like inviting. It's like we're just hanging out. That's how he said it. It's just like a hangout. That's what Serengeti said.
Chisme is a hang.
And those shows, man, we did it was like 14 shows with Getty?
With Getty?
Yeah, and that was the shit, man.
So much fun.
Yeah.
That was I've been touring it a long time. That was a really dope combo. Like
what was his live performances like?
So the first night he drank was it 4 bottles of wine before going on? I don't want to air out dirty laundry or something. There's nothing dirty about it. No. He just got faded and he did this really awkward performance where he was like trying to. He has different styles of performing. So every night is slightly different.
Yeah.
And so the first night he was like, okay, I won't take too much of your time. He always does this thing where he's like, I won't take too much of your time. I'll do one song. And he fake walk off sort of, but he's also kind of like, all right, I'll just do another. And then 2 hours later, there's a dance party, and then there's people fucking dancing on stage, and he's smiling, and it's like, what happened, man? And then there's nights when he's made me cry.
Yeah,
because it's just one simple line. I mean, the dude is so much deeper than what people know. They just need, you just have to dive into an artist's work sometimes.
Dude, you know what? On that note, I really want to ask you because it's fresh on my mind. It was something I was kind of mulling over all last night, thinking about it. After watching Kool A.D. last night, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I'm taking it in. I know what's happening. You know what I mean? I know. He's on a freestyle fucking, he's just going off, right?
He was nailing some things
and he was
last
playing,
night.
He's playing, but I want people to really understand what it is. I was asking Eddie, our manager, Eddie, and he was watching it last night, and, he's not a crazy hip hop head.
Okay.
But he's just a lover of art. And I asked him, what is your knee-jerk reaction when you see Kool A.D.? He's like, it's hysterically insulting. And I'm like, dude, but I got that though. Dude. I got that That's though. Amazing. You know what I mean? Because I got it not in a bad way, in a way I think he
performance
artist.
Point.
Yeah,
performance artist.
Exactly.
And Getty's that way too, to an extent. Yeah. He'll completely fuck up a show on purpose.
How many people do you know that
Andy Kaufman shit?
Yeah, sure. It absolutely, it's a throwback to that. But how many people do you know? With Kool A.D., I think taking in his show, you get that. You get that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's playing the lines. He is kind of poking and prodding.
He's let me use this fucking 93 Till Infinity beat.
Yeah.
It's freestyle my whole set.
Yeah. Or let me use a whole part of a rap song that's not even mine.
And you're still gonna, you're still gonna pay for this.
Right.
Yeah, it's some Andy Warhol shit, and it's how he works.
You saw his Instagram. I mean, his Instagram.
I know
obviously, right?
So he paints. So we should explain to the audience
what the Instagram is.
I mean, he draws every day. He draws every single day, and he sells every piece for $100.
Right.
And he's painting for drawing for $100, $100, and he sells them on his Instagram.
But let's discuss what they are.
And they're like rabbits with 10 tits, and like
on like sheet paper,
giant
that he
dicks
ripped
with
out
like
of a notebook.
yin yangs and like scribble like outsider art things.
And he's selling them.
But he sells them for $100 each.
And they sell.
And then he sells freestyle verses for $100 each. And then you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like this Warhol style like factory art, but he's like a working artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day he's working towards art. And
so
I don't work like that. So for me, it's like I respect it a lot.
I do too.
It's just a different style, man. I think we respect each other too. Like he knows, we both come from the punk rock scene too, and
he knows you're not doing what he's doing.
Yeah, it's very clear that we do very different things, but yeah, man, there's some mutual respect there. Yeah, and I've also known him for a while.
What did you guys think, Chisme? Like, what did you guys think about? When was the first time you saw Kool A.D?
I saw Das Racist in San Antonio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but this is like the first time I've seen the solo set.
Doesn't that seem so long ago, though, by the way? Do you understand, like, how Das Racist, I was so hyped last night because they're literally a life-changing group for me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were the first people that I saw at least tapping into a culture that I love, but also doing that performance art type thing
where it was with the standards.
Yeah. And I loved the fact that they were provoking traditionalists. I loved it. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what I always felt where I fell into, in a place that wasn't traditional. So it was something I related to. And but I definitely see the difference now that they're separate. Like, there's a difference, you know what I mean? Like, and I love them both. I think they're both amazing, but it seems like Kool A.D. is an artist to, like, the highest degree, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's searching for, even when he's up there, like, Eddie's like, this is like trance music. He's like, it's not, but it is. He's like, because... he's like, look at everybody's faces that are taking him in. They are literally just in a trance, like just.
And honestly, I think his wife's set, Cult Days set, is part of his set. The way I look at it, they do this together.
Yeah,
and that's why I was like, man, I don't want to go on after her. I was supposed to. But it just didn't make sense. I mean, I thought about it. I was like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm so glad I didn't, because now I understand how it's supposed to go. It's like changing the entire mood of a room.
Yeah.
Like, very much on purpose.
Wow.
It's like art, dude. They're like really educated, like artists.
Yeah.
Like Victor went to a very good school, Wesleyan, in Connecticut, with my brother.
And the music, your brother
graduated
with
with him. Yeah, they graduated together.
Wow.
And same with that band MGMT.
Yes.
Same with
and was that a thing at that time? Like,
that school has brought so many artists out. Bare Hands. There's so many artists that have come out of that school.
You played with MGMT, right?
Yeah, I played with MGMT. I knew those kids.
There was a flyer.
Yeah, man, I played with them in 2003 before they were signed and everything. I mean, they were the homies. Like, my brother hung out with them with tons of classes together.
That's awesome.
And Victor was in a group called, like, I want to say it was like Boy Problems or something like that. It was like a boy band.
Yeah.
Like what Erik wanted to be in. It was like straight up boy band, but it was like all like
Chicano boy band.
Arts.
That's what I wanted to
students.
And was it
It's called.
was it a shoot or was it like?
It's completely hilarious, but I think they made some noise.
Yeah.
Then Das Racist came out, but they had met at Wesleyan as well.
Right. Because he was older, right?
Yeah.
And then
Victor's older.
Yeah, and so, because you could see,
they're just provocateur artists.
So
but also Victor's like a fucking master freestyler.
Yeah.
Some of these lines that he's coming out with, he was just cracking me up last night.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't see people laughing like me, but he had me going.
But that's what I want to talk about.
He caught my eye, and we were like, yeah.
I want to talk about that though, because you said not everybody was getting it like you, right? Like, and
I'm surprised, because if you're a fan of Victor, you probably get it. Right?
Yeah. But I'm saying there was a contingent there that was probably familiar with you as well, and maybe not familiar with Kool A.D. That was a little bit.
There were plenty of my fans there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think people who, like when you were like, he's a master freestyler, right?
Yeah.
I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you understand though, like there's traditionalists maybe that are like, what are you fucking talking about?
But I would highly disagree with them.
But do you understand where that comes from?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I've seen the best of the best.
Think that it's,
you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen everyone.
Yeah.
I toured with Mike and I freestyle with Mike and I every single night of tour. I've seen the best of the best. You know, I've been, watching Idea Cypher next to me. I've seen Christoph Crane blow my mind, Astronautilus, all these cats, fucking everyone, Supernat, all these dudes, everyone, Cholo on Cinco. I mean, some of the best freestyles I've ever seen.
Don't get it. Is that the easiest way to put it?
He is on that level because he's so open with what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's just like this tapping into this. It's something that I struggle with. I struggle with being open. I'm the type to rewrite something 10 times. I write novels, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, the way I write is like prose.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's like, if every little piece, if I repeat words too much, if I do things, I really am meticulous about that.
Yeah.
And so I want to be more open with my writing. And so I admire the freestyle artist. Milo's another guy who I've been seeing now doing freestyle sets.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like an ode to the fellowship, and he's like this young cat, giving respect to this. And the whole Ruby Yacht squad, his whole squad of friends, and based out of Milwaukee right now.
He's another guy who escaped LA.
Yeah. Oh, they chewed him up and spit him out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you still?
That's happened to me too, man.
Yeah. We talked about it a lot with you, and do you still? Is LA still a sore spot for you?
LA pissed me off the other night, man. That's why I actually said something mean on stage about it. But God, man, I love LA, and it's a love-hate relationship, man. Some of my favorite supporters and fans are there, and friends and music, like people I truly love. Obviously, Tumex, big. It's like my brother, man. Like these people who I admire. I'm a student of that scene, without a doubt. I will always tell people about, if they don't know what the Project Bloat is, I will let them know.
Yeah.
But there's this thing, man, just like everyone's in their own lane. Everyone's like trying to fucking eat the carrot, It's like dogs chasing the carrot on the fucking track.
Yeah.
And I just really feel that when I'm in LA. I don't feel like there's a community of supporters, between the artists. And that's fine. It's just a very spread, and I feel that in the actual city, it's like so spread out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like in their own world within this big, giant, spread out city. At the same time, there's amazing things there. So
yeah.
But the show the other night kind of disappointed me for multiple reasons. The club shut down. The complex shut down the day before our show.
Yeah, we know.
And so they put us in some weird bougie place with like chandeliers and like
White Lodge.
They moved you guys?
Yeah. I mean, they were nice, dude. I had nothing bad to say about those guys, but it was just, it's how things work sometimes.
Yeah.
But the club wasn't right for us, man. And it was hard to find, and people couldn't find it, and showing up super late. Everything was unorganized. I became like stage manager all of a sudden. Like, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
I just want to play my show.
He was working.
How much does that happen on tour?
More than I'd like for it to happen.
Yeah.
But it's because
you guys don't.
The Getty run was like so smooth, right? And then like as soon as the Kool A.D run started, it was like, but like we had a giant, our biggest show of tour was probably San Francisco, right?
Oh yeah, man.
But it was like still unorganized as fuck. Yeah. I would say like things were happening, like guitar problems. And,
no tour manager?
No, we self-tour manage. We can't afford that.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, he's Ariel's the dad of the tour. But
So I've been taking care of these guys, making sure they don't get too drunk, and making sure they eat right, make sure Erik has his V8 every day.
Yes, Erik drinks a V8 michelada every day.
That's good.
Which makes him healthier than all of us.
Yeah. Somehow.
One day, Erik drunkenly said, "Man, I'm fucking healthy, man. I drink V8s every day." and this fan that was... that was like, V8s aren't really that healthy for you.
They have sugar.
She's like, there's a lot of sodium.
I was like, what'd you say? V8 has 15% fiber. So I started talking about bowel movements and how fast it makes you go. And we're eating dinner.
Yeah.
Or late breakfast brunch dinner.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m. I really went off on her, man.
Sometimes you got to make your point, bro.
V8 is healthy, man. V8 is healthy.
I tend to agree with you.
I think I agree with you too, actually.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it's not unhealthy.
Yeah,
right?
It's like you could be drinking a soda.
Elimination.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you could be drinking a soda. You could be drinking.
You know.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, everything could be unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know?
At the same time, Eric's slapping donuts out of our faces. Like,
Right.
carbs.
Yeah. He's like, stop with the carbs, guys. I was making jokes at the beginning. I was honestly trying to watch my carb intake.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this tour, I fucking fell off so hard, man.
Yeah.
I'm eating a donut right now. I'm about to eat a donut.
Those are good donuts.
Those
by
are
the way.
hella good.
Those are really good.
Yeah,
donuts.
those are good donuts.
But Eric's not.
But Eric will be like drunk and be like, stop with the carbs. And we're all fat. Let's just face it. All three of us are fatties.
Yeah, no. That's been established.
Has there been a what's the tour low spot so far?
Oh, I think Nebraska, man. I don't know. Where was it, Montana?
Yeah, Montana for me.
Montana for them, not for me. I would say Nebraska for me.
We drove like 7 hours, and then during our set, it starts off good. There's people there. And then at one point, everyone's gone.
Dude, they just left. Like,
everybody's gone. We're like, what the fuck? We're playing to like Ceschi. He's the only person standing there. And then they all come back for the last song. So it was really awkward.
I had a show like
Where
that
did
in
they
Australia once.
To get a drink, to smoke a cigarette, to
go, just took a break.
Like, fuck these guys, man. Like,
yeah, it did feel like a bit of a fuck you.
Yeah. But I did get an amazing cheeseburger out of the deal.
What about you, Ceschi? What's the low point?
I say Lincoln, Nebraska.
Why?
Man, we played some like bro bar out there. It was like graduation day. Just like frat boys drinking out of like giant punch bowls and shit, right? Like fish bowls. And like,
fish bowls, bro.
This was not my vibe.
How were you? How was it that you guys were there?
We got moved from across the street. There's like some beautiful big venue.
Yeah.
And they had put us there originally, but they were like, hey, this show's a little too small for her,
Yeah.
I do way better. I do fine in like Omaha for some reason, but not Lincoln.
Huh.
And so like Lincoln was, there were fans, there was diehard fans there, but it was like 20 or 30, and then the rest of the people in there's like quite a few other people in there. They were all just like,
but we didn't
give a fuck.
We did meet Shaw, so
yeah. Yeah, we had some really funny openers.
Really changed my life.
I don't want to talk about it too much. We saw one of the most amazing openers.
Amazing as in good?
You're so confident.
No, we're not going to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to talk But the promoter, let's just say the promoter was this really attractive, like, pristine-looking white lady.
Yeah.
Blonde, blue eyes, like, she looks like, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then she just could not stop, like, whispering, like, talking in my ear all loud about the opening act. Like, isn't he great? He's fucking killing it with the bars. Like, and so...
Was it like her son or something?
No. She was young. She was like 30, and then he was maybe like younger.
28. 25?
He was like 25, yeah.
Yeah.
But we just came up with all these scenarios where like she was fucking him.
And like, we gotta keep ourselves laughing.
Yeah, like we laugh a lot on the road. I think Serengeti though was coming up with some of the best scenarios.
I mean,
her boyfriend let it happen because he's such a fucking fire rapper, and he's just like one of these like white dudes that's like, yeah, man, I let Courtney do whatever she wants, man. I let her do whatever she wants. I don't try to hold her back. And honestly, he's such a great rapper. She should sleep with him. Do whatever she needs to do as he's like crying like one tear.
But Dan really, he's been really helpful to us on this tour though. Also, the guy that you just met, his name is Dan.
We come up with characters on tour.
He's really supportive about everything.
It's a little like cabin fever, isn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, we lose our minds. We're driving 8 hours. We're like, I mean, mostly Ariel is driving. Thank you.
Yeah,
but a lot of it is, dude, I don't want to fuck up your car, fool. Like,
all I know is that like
you guys are all in one car, right?
Yeah, we're driving in the
he gets home. I was just picturing this like earlier. I was like, man, you're gonna get home. maybe we don't have time to wash the car and all that. Your wife gets in. She's like, fuck. This man fucking here.
It smells so good.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
It's just like
so I'm like,
old whiskey sweat and
sunflower seeds.
Chipotle sunflower seeds.
Hey guys, man.
And you guys have from this day. You guys have how many more days? Our Chisme together has how many more days?
3 more nights.
3 more nights.
One last show with Kool A.D. and then two more shows together.
Yeah, and then Ariel, you go off, right?
Yeah,
you go back to work.
Yeah, I go back to real life.
Yeah, and then you keep going, Ceschi?
I go to Prague.
To Prague?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Oh, man, I'm losing my mind. I'm serious.
Yeah, he's just going to Prague.
You're not going to Prague.
I'm going to Prague.
Just for a little bit.
For a month.
Yeah.
By yourself?
By myself, on tour. I'm playing 2 festivals and like 15 or 16 shows.
And that's like immediately after?
10 days after.
Wow.
I go home I do a benefit. I'm doing a benefit for like trans and gay homeless teens.
Yeah.
In New York. And it's like the day I get home, and then I'm flying to Prague like about a week after.
On the road again. Here's an obligatory reference to Kerouac. He was eating apple pie at a diner. I'm sneezing, sleeping on a rug with cats. Still trying to convince myself that exposure will fend away lifelong allergies. While waking puffy-eyed as a boxer every other day of the week. These songs are spare change signs. Under rain, dripping and smudged. Near the freeway entrance, New Haven, Connecticut. I-91, I've gone on a mission from a vicious dickhead god who loves to torture for fun. And I've died trying to please him. This tour will never be done. I've gone from point A to point C. From Salt Lake to Dead Sea. And I've lost faith in humanity, though I badly want to believe. What conscious rapper sample, I have a dream. I've discussed life with Latin kings, wondering what freedom means in a cell with junkies detoxing. I can really give a shit about a critical opinion. If a CEO can make billions in the world we know is filter-ridden. Some of us rock shows to make a living. Some of us rock coke to feed our children. Some of us flat broke, and we all know that the fast food dough won't go before it gets closed. Back on the road, roll, let me leave for a week out of prison, but I still can't believe that they locked me for weed. Kingpin to the CTPD, cause the rap from them bad, it was all meant for me. In fact, I can finish this beat that the album is close to complete. Forever 33, Christ nice like Henri, fake 4 till I stop breathing. Peace.
Are you excited for it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
It's amazing, but I'm also like, fuck, man, my life is a whirlwind. Man.
Are you nervous for it?
A little bit, because it's
more on how you're going to take it?
It's solo dolo.
Yeah.
And when I'm alone, I struggle.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I love being alone, but I struggle sometimes.
Do you, wait, are you single right now? Or are you?
I'm in a very odd situation right now.
Okay. Because I think that was the same as last time, right?
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know. I'm just trying to get a place of where your head's at. And then you're going to Paris.
No, Prague.
I mean, Prague, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm flying to Prague. I'm doing shows all over the Czech Republic and Slovakia.
For how many days?
I'm basically from June, I think, 6th till the 26th. I'm playing shows.
Okay, so are you... Is this... It's for money?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting paid fairly well.
Yeah, because, I mean, what part of it is you... Like, where does taking care of yourself come into that?
It really doesn't. It's just like...
You feel like that's a self-destructive thing?
Man,
I mean, logically,
level,
right?
On some level, but it's also like has built a career for me that I can live off of. So it's like, damn.
What has built a career?
This just the endless grind.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
It's
become part of your story.
I mean, these guys see. There's no place. I can't think of a single place now where I can go and there'll be nobody. Show up.
Yeah.
Now people show up everywhere now.
Yeah.
And in Prague, like my friend Astronautilus, he's like a rock star there now.
Yeah.
Like he was number 2 on the iTunes charts for like out of all kind of music in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And he's making American rap music, you know. So it's like that's crazy. So
and that's attractive to you.
The same guy who basically booked him a long time ago and made that happen for him all the time. Like he's playing to 1,000 people now, you know, 800 people or whatever in Prague now.
Yeah.
And that same guy is sort of like, his name is Adam, and he's been really like trying to develop me in the same area. And my friends Modre Hori are a Slovakian hip-hop group. I've become really good friends with those guys. Those shows are amazing. I mean, there's going to be some of the dopest shows of my year.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, I booked the tickets in January, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, this has been planned a long time. So it's just how my year gets planned out.
But I'm saying, what about, like, do you think about, like, because you just said a little while ago, being by myself is a struggle.
Yeah.
You're throwing yourself into a situation where you're for sure going to be by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have friends along the way, but I could not afford to bring anyone else on this one.
Okay,
I mean,
can you talk about whether or not you could afford to not go? Do you feel like at this point in your career,
I would never do
like
that.
you have to go?
Oh man, I would. I mean, it's also Prague is the most beautiful city I've ever seen.
Sure.
Like, I love visiting, but it's also, it's a good opportunity. It really is. You have to go back. If you stop developing in markets, you lose it. You really do.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, I can just do this. Like, I do that market once every 2 years, or even like, I think you should go back to places once every 6 months. Quite honestly.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go back and back until you become part of a community.
Okay, so what do you do, dude? As like, I mean, I'm talking even like, just physically, mentally. Obviously, dude, you know this is your trajectory.
Yeah.
This is what you've been doing. This is what you're drawn to. You can't step away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you try to balance it out with... Because, dude, ultimately what I'm talking about for everybody is that at some point, pushing it at that level, we've already seen it. We've seen what happens.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting some thought into that? Like,
man, I just feel like I'm built for this shit, man.
Okay.
If there's anything I have confidence in about myself, I lack a lot of confidence in myself in a lot of ways, but if there's anything I'm confident in is my art.
Yeah.
I think it's important as fuck.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that.
And the road is a big part of that.
Yeah, and I believe that sharing it with people is a different experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes from a political background, really.
Yeah.
It comes from wanting to be part of communities and change communities.
Yeah.
Because you can change a community by just saying one sentence.
Yeah.
One little sentence can change someone's mind about how they look at the world. And I've noticed that, and I've felt that, and every single day people come up to me and tell me I changed their lives. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. Like, I just don't want to stop inspiring people, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not even about me. There comes a time when it becomes it's art for other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why I don't do the Kool A.D thing. I don't do the watch the artist perform.
Right.
It's an inclusive art. It's community art. It's folk.
Yeah.
I make folk music.
Yeah.
Whether it's rapping or guitar or whatever. It's for people to do together. I want people to sing every word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that. And so, I realize that I have neglected myself in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as like health and mental health and everything. But, it's just, I just feel like I can do it. I'm cut out for it.
Okay, so but do you ever tell yourself, okay, look, this is gonna be my life. This is what's up. I'm going at it full force. So I better eat better. Or better.
Yeah. At the beginning of the tour, I was eating hella good, right?
Yeah.
Very, very
And
healthy.
then like
I think
a deep dish pizza in Chicago happened.
Off the wagon.
What happened?
relapsed?
What happened was,
I lost some weight before tour and everything. I was like killing it, working. I was doing my push-ups,
stealing cookies.
Man, come on, we're 30-something years old, bud. You can't be there stealing
I did
cookies.
it.
Yeah,
I did it. I did it too, man. I stole a cookie, man.
But no, that's where
we were
it
like
happened.
bears,
That's
like
where it happened. like that's where
taking the pies off the
train went off. The train went off.
Yeah, it really was.
Hey guys, no more broccoli. Let's just.
I'll go back and forth, man. I'll probably eat decently healthy today.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it, man. It's not some shit that.
Yeah.
it crosses my mind. I'm not completely just like eating candy bars every night.
Yeah. We are healthy.
Right.
Yeah. We really are.
It's important. I care, guys.
I know. I appreciate it. Those are nice questions.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. Right now, you're seeing like a large. In fact, Ceschi, every time. Let's see. Have you been on once or twice? No,
twice. Well, you guys did the story.
You did the story, right?
Yeah.
So technically, you've been in studio once.
Yep.
And I think the last time we talked to you, we were talking about how there's a younger culture coming up right now, right? And they have an understanding of music based on their experiences, just like the rest of us. And it's outputting a certain sound, a certain aesthetic. When you guys look at the landscape of hip hop, are you guys encouraged, or are you guys scared for it? Do you give a fuck? What do you when you see the landscape? Because you guys are obviously fans and students.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it all.
Yeah,
I love it all. I know some people are, the mumble rap, blah blah blah, but I love it all, man. I take it all in. I listen to it all. As long as it has a beat.
Yeah.
I'm people are just pushing it. They're just pushing it different ways, different sounds, and I don't see any problem with that at all.
What about you?
I don't even know, man. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
I just.
Is it?
Are
you happy when you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eric was telling people last night he doesn't even listen to
I don't
hip-hop.
I don't listen to hip hop as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I like grunge music, man. Like I like the '90s. Like this whole tour, me and Ceschi have been talking about like grunge music, and we'll put it on the Lithium station, and every fucking song that came out from the '90s, I'm like, God damn, this was a fucking hit.
Yeah. There were a lot of hits.
Yeah, and singing along, like fucking like 10 tracks that they put. We're like, oh my God, they're playing. Whoo!
Silverchair, man. They were fucking great.
Shit like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might be losing my mind, dude.
But with hip hop, when you look at hip hop, you're like, it doesn't bother you.
I like hip hop. I love
What's the most contemporary artist you listen to at the moment?
My friends, like the Fake Four family.
Yeah.
I still listen to.
So still off of the beaten path.
Yeah, Eric is like that. Yeah, Eric is like that. He likes.
So what's the most pop-driven thing you've listened to?
Like all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. Little Uzi Vert. That shit is. Oh man, every time that comes on, I'm just so happy.
Yeah, he is. He
push me to the edge.
Right on.
All my friends are dead.
I really don't know what's new. Like,
it's so good.
I don't have cable.
Shout out to Vert. Shout out to Little Uzi.
I don't have a radio at my house. I mean, I just like I shut myself down from all that, also, and I just listen to records, 60s psychedelic music.
Yeah.
If I go inside, whenever I'm driving, I go to my little CD collection and I'll just be like, dude, I haven't heard this in a long time. Let me get this. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, but that contemporary shit, that whole Ruby Yacht crew.
Yeah.
They're just like really young and creative and confident, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milo's incredible, and I met Al and Randall Bravery, and those guys are just they're pushing it. They're doing some crazy shit, and they're just so like confident. It's amazing. It's so beautiful.
How much does and this is for you too, Ceschi? How much does the word relevance go through your head when you're creating? Does it at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I don't believe in relevance.
Yeah, because we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And what about you guys?
I think everyone has a niche.
Right.
I don't think anything. And that's the truth. The truth about hip hop is that it has been fashion based for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think now it's like rock and roll, man. It's like the way Rolling Stones and Radiohead are considered rock.
Yeah.
It's like all of it. There's space for all of it. It's just a big umbrella now. I don't see hip hop as as the culture that we grew up in.
Right.
I don't see the kids learning how to breakdance and DJ and fucking do graffiti and rap like we did. Like, you know, or like, I think, honestly, like my generation, our generation, it's like the last one to do that. Yeah. And there'll be people trying to bring that back, but it will never be that again. And unfortunately, it will not be. And so now, if you want to call it hip-hop, it's an umbrella like rock and roll. Rock and roll will never be Chuck Berry again. Yeah. You know, people might do throwback stuff, and there will be a niche for the throwback. And that's just how it is. It'll be a bunch of tiny little niches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boars. You just barred out right
now. Boars.
What about you guys?
You know, if you're going to be on stage rapping, I think there has to be some... I mean, you have to be aware, you know, of what you're doing, but you just... What I've learned, we don't know a whole lot, but what I've learned is that you just have to do what you do, you know? Yeah. We're not trying to chase any trends or anything like that. And, and you know, Ceschi gives us really good advice. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, don't change anything. And getting here some really good advice, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep writing. Just keep, you know, stay who you are. Not, you know, let's not chase anything.
The saddest shit is someone who's older trying to be relevant. Yeah. There's nothing more sad to me, and I've seen my heroes try to do it. Like, homie, you're 50 years old, don't make a dubstep album. First of all, that was dope 5 years ago to some people. It was never dope to me. Yeah. I don't know why it was dope to you, but okay. You want to make it now in 2017? Yeah. Come on. Like, and you know who I'm talking about. My favorite rappers of all time. You know what I'm saying? I will never deny some of my favorite rappers. They tried it. Yeah. But homie, you're a grandpa.
What do you think that is, dude?
Grandpa rap is dope. Tell us about your wisdom, fool.
Yeah.
You're not trying to break up you're not trying to start a party and do Molly. You're 50, my man.
We've always talked about on this show how hip hop has this weird thing of trying to pluck you out of it when you've gained the most of your wisdom and only wants to listen to you when you're probably dumb as... At 18 and 19, I was dumb as fuck. Like, almost retarded. You know what I mean? Like, so why would you want to listen? And I know that... And so when I listen to, like, Yachty or something like that, I know it's not for me. That's why it never gets me angry, because I'm just like, he's not talking to me. Like, if we were all in a house, Yachty and the kids would be outside, and we'd be talking about politics or something. It's not for us. Yeah. So it's hard for me to get upset at something that wasn't meant for me anyways.
Not upsetting at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I know the big thing this past year was, like, how all these guys, all the younger guys weren't crediting the 90s enough or didn't know. Vince Staples notoriously said he didn't give a fuck about the 90s or whatever. And that's what I was just like, I get, like, if you want to, it would be cool if you looked into history of music like some of my friends do, but most of my friends don't. They don't give a fuck. They just want to know if it sounds good. Yeah. Most of my friends that aren't into music, they're looking for a feeling. Yeah. You know, I took a friend to the show last night. This is the first time she'd ever seen you guys, and she was like, "Dude, this is fucking amazing. Like, what is this?" And to me, that's dope, because she's just open, right? Like, whereas like a hip hop head's like, "Yo, what is this?" You know what I mean? It's a different what is this, because he's already built up all these walls. Like, there's all these walls that I think is sad to say, but I think a lot of the time, especially in our culture, we feel like the walls come with age. Like I know my mom's generation, they were built with walls. Like, it was get a house, maybe get a family, be safe as possible, because it took so much for them to just get here and get all this shit. That's where they were at with it. And I understand why generations in music look at music a certain way, right? At the end of the day, everybody's just looking for relevance. That's all it is, right? Like, and I'm not talking about relevance in music. I'm talking about relevance to life. Like, to the world. Like, do I matter? Like, that was the best. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the, like, I'll hear cats arguing about the 90s, because I remember the 90s, and there was a lot of shit music as well. There was a ton of fucking shit music, just like now. Yeah. And I look back at it now, and I'm like, when you really listen to them, they're not talking about the music. They were talking about how it made them feel.
Drunken thematically, drama to the west coast of anatomies. The cash mastery, Radis, road rash having Johnny Appleseed, filthy laboratory faculties. Black eyes better be between the sheets. Osley promote the counterculture wisely. 5 times the rhyme, silver lining, law abiding, unhonestly. Gutter guides and metal sighting. The thunder rolls, explosive lightning. Bad news, perfect timing. Your dog's dead, the dumpster rotting. Call me karate, son almighty. Stay fried like calamari. Quit your job, go get a hobby. Quit your job, go get a hobby. Flames to planes, got games like Cincinnati Bengals. Hard to wrangle, so strange how he a fallen angel. We blowing brain cells in the Seychelles. Midlife crisis, who the flyest gotta pay bills? Who's gotta pay bills? Who's the flyest? Golden horseshoes. These brass clutches got golden horseshoes. Yo, who's the flyest? Who's gotta pay bills? Golden horseshoes. These brass clutches got golden horseshoes. Trashy grass fed. Bottle of wine in my right hand. Catch a fever out of season. Flavor well seasoned. I stay successful. Stay suggestible. Indispensable, real deep into them edibles. Where should I start, man? I lost my debit card. Up before the sun, wiping the crust. I gotta feed my son. Make sure that boy wants for nothing. Get him a breakfast buttered muffin. 50 black cats in a pink can. Bringing back the past in an ambulance. Salty amber jacks. Yo, we crushing grams. Bitter romance. Romance. On the corner Conans, the town red with both hands. These dirty streets take me places that I've never seen. Unbeknownst to me, this world's killing me slowly. Yo, this crowd's making me lonely. I spent my life up in the nosebleed. This crowd's making me lonely. This crowd's making me lonely. Golden horseshoes. These brass crutches got golden horseshoes. Spent my life up in the nosebleeds. I spent my life up in the nosebleeds. Golden horseshoes. These brass crutches got golden horseshoes.
And they can't find that now. And there's a little bit about them missing that thing that only comes when you're 18 and 19 and you're discovering hip-hop for the first time. It only comes during those times because that time is so special.
Yeah,
because you're at a point in your own life where you're growing.
Man, I can't even tell you that. I was just talking about the first time I heard that Three Melancholy Gypsy song with the In Utero sample.
Yeah.
The heart-shaped box.
Box sample.
Yeah.
That shit blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I was in high school, and I was like, what? And I just went down a rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that easy to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It took work.
Yeah, you actually
took
had to
money
look for it.
It took and it was dope, man. It was, that kind of stuff. And those feelings, they stick with you. And then you listen back and you're like, damn, this sounds like crazy lo-fi, but it doesn't, or like,
but I think that's
really unpolished, but that's the beauty of it too. So I love stuff that sounds unpolished. And kids growing up now, they like stuff that sounds like it was made by a robot,
Right. Because most of the time they have access
because the technology changed everything.
Right.
So, kids are I'm pretty sure like they're rapping out the womb now. Like they get out and they're just like their cries are auto-tuned like as soon as they come out. Like mommy no, mommy no.
Mommy no.
And so it's fine. It's just different. And I like some of that stuff. I like some of these, and I like the next generation, the younger, the past Little Yachty.
Yeah.
Some of these young kids that are coming that are like Kendrick influenced.
Yeah.
Like that's dope.
Yeah.
That's going to be a dope generation because they're like technical rappers.
Yeah, and it's
like
not
the
only
most technical. Like
what the internet also has done, though. This is one of the things that I wish like my generation had. Like I wish we had this because I feel like a lot of us suffer from that. It's okay to like feel yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making some dope shit and be open about it. And it seems like the generation coming, they have no problem. Yeah. But they're just going to kill it because of that.
But you're right.
They're going to kill it because they don't have a lose
Our
mentality.
scene, our underground scene, like it's like be humble, embrace being humble.
Absolutely. There's a pecking order. There's a bunch of stuff. There's gatekeepers.
But there's people, man. I remember like Rifleman telling me one day, LA Cool telling me,
he was just on the show.
You need to be your biggest fan. You seriously?
Yeah.
And it fucking stuck with me, man.
Yeah.
You have to be your biggest fan.
There's no way around it.
You gotta love this shit. If you're gonna play 200 shows a year, you better love those songs, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
If you hate that shit, bounce. Like my friend Pat the Bunny, I don't think he liked this shit anymore. He's just like, I'm out.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that's just what it was? He was just...
Yeah, he was like, well, he didn't like the responsibility of being this sort of like crust punk Jesus figure also.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we were at a bar yesterday, like across the street, not anything to do with our show.
Yeah.
And someone had a tattoo of my friend's. He was wearing, he didn't know me.
Yeah.
This kid didn't know me. I was like, you have my friend's shirt on, and he's like, I just got this big old tattoo on my back, and it was like my friend's lyrics and like a giant rooster that was chicken, because he has like this song about that. But yeah, it's like that kind of pressure wasn't for him.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm out. And yeah, he's making music, but it's just going to be like for himself. We're going to do it. Our friends are making like a label that is mail order only. You have to write to it to get the mail order catalog.
Wow. What? When's that
It's called Fuck the Internet. It's another label that we're sort of a part of.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, they're kind of like these anarcho-primitivists.
Yeah.
So like they're really like on some like, let's just be on the land and like we like, homemade things.
Where do you fall on the spectrum?
I'm in both worlds, man. I don't, I like my luxuries, man.
Yeah.
I like technology in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, when I came in, you guys were
really
drinking champagne and you had...
Shut up. That did not happen. Kool A.D gets the champagne, all right?
Clear.
But yeah, what here are you talking about my opinions on technology?
No, like the spectrum of... Are you okay with the responsibility of people putting...
Yeah, it's
dreams and hopes on you?
It is heavy sometimes.
Yeah,
it really is, man.
Yeah,
God, I feel like such an asshole on a regular basis.
Are you great with fans? Do you feel like you're great with fans?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Like you're willing to.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Do you think they walk away from the conversation going like, "Man, that was everything I thought it would be"?
I think it's most of the times. And sometimes I forget their faces, and I'm just like, "Fuck, man, I feel like such a piece of shit."
Yeah. It's impossible.
There is a responsibility. But dude, there's a lady that came to the show last night, and she was like, do you remember what I told you at the last show? And I was
shit.
Man, I remember your face, but I don't remember. And she's like, my son died the day before your show last time. It was like a year and a half ago. I don't expect you to remember it. I was like, felt like a piece of shit. Because it's like the biggest thing that's ever happened in her life, and it just was lost in my shitty memory,
Yeah.
And it came back to me and then I was like, oh my God. And I just felt so awful about it because it's like,
well, you're a nice dude, but you also understand like it's kind of unfairly attached to your art, like it's there's no way it's not.
I felt like she understood that and did not. She wasn't like weird about it in any way. She's like, oh, I understand. You see a lot of people, blah blah. But it was like,
but you felt the same.
I felt bad about it. Yeah, I felt the responsibility to know that big story in one of my fans' lives.
Like you should have filed that one.
Yeah.
Man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you, brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was heavy. And honestly, I get heavy, dude, every single show. Every single show, people come up to me and they're like, your song, like, saved my life. Like,
yeah, I saw that, like, while I was talking to Ceschi in Denver. Some guy just goes up to him, you saved my life. Your music saved my life. I was like, wow.
I saw a dude last night. I think you were signing all the stuff that he brought.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but like, I mean, it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like this guy, this was a heavy investment, right? And I was looking at that last night too. And I mean, in a lot of ways, obviously that's moving. You know what I mean? Like it's moving that this person is like, I'm emotionally invested in this. But as we probably have all been guilty of at some point, you tend to think you know the person that you listen. Like if you listen to everything Ceschi's ever made, you probably think you know him pretty well. You know, and you're very open already, but there's still way more layers than that.
Definitely, man. So, and that becomes problematic.
Absolutely.
Because people think they know who you are. You know, here's one thing. A lot of people think I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
You're not sensitive.
Dude, I'm a callous dude.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot hurt my feelings.
Really?
Not hurt my feelings at all. You can tell me anything.
Maybe it's your tone.
I've had cops tell me I'm a fucking fat faggot retard.
Yeah.
I've had, I've just been through it, So I think I'm friendly to an extent, but it's like, I'm not that sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, I've sort of been hardened by life. And so it's like, it's hard for some people to understand that. And so when they notice I'm kind of nonchalant about certain things, in real life, because the songs are a concentrated version of my feelings. They're a superhuman version of me.
Right.
They are. It's like when someone writes an autobiography, they're not going to talk about all the terrible things. They're going to pick certain things. They might talk about terrible things in their lives, but they're going to pick the way they say it. They're going to edit their lives in a certain way, and that's what you do when you put it on record. Yeah. You choose what you put out there. You choose a version of yourself to put out
What's the last thing you put out that you regretted saying?
I don't like the way I talked about... I mean, it was totally done through a character's voice, but I didn't like the way I spoke about women on a song from 7 years ago.
Yeah. What song?
No New York.
No New York.
Yeah. I just say some kind of uncouth things. Yeah. It's like sort of in a like Bukowski manner or whatever, but it's like it's talking about like rock star life. Yeah. And it's definitely not from my voice. Yeah. But I didn't like that tone. Listening back to it, I was like, that's kind of like uncouth of me. Yeah. I wouldn't say that now. Yeah. I respect women way more than it sounds like. You know what I'm saying?
Was it,
so I
what was it? Was it you trying to reach a certain character?
Yeah, well, it's about like a rock star, like a fallen rock star character, like the whole album, who commits suicide or whatever. And this particular song is about him just kind of stepping on people, right? And the chorus is, "I'm not your water boy, I'm not your," like I'm talking to him. Yeah, it's like a fan or like a opening act or something talking to the big star. Yeah, and it's talking about how his hot days of getting like blowjobs on the backstage and all that crap is over. Right. So that's what that song is coming from. But some of the language I use, I thought was not the best choices. That's all.
I gotta ask Chisme, when was the last time you guys wrote something or did something where you're like, why do we do that?
That's
He's like, I take all blame.
I'd rather not say.
I mean, really, we're just
there's just this one
drink and drive, man.
Well, I love that song, but Eric, I love that song. Eric takes it too far sometimes. He's just like, guys, did you drink? Did you drive? And like try to encourage people to drink.
Yeah.
No, but it's a joke, though.
Yeah.
Let's start a rumor. Why not?
Yeah, no one would believe. No one would believe.
That's the way life goes. Money loves assholes and fashion forward clothes. Sometimes it's swirls, sometimes it burns slow. You gotta hope solo, drink and drive. Put up your Duke, stuff some sandwiches, candidate, inanimate, press your luck, yo, it's nice to meet ya. I'm Ariel, bad out of hell, double feature. And they say the future's better left unknown. It's that duo from 210 they call Chisme. Throughout the streets, there ain't no instant replay. Freeze frame, please don't overreact. She was born on the wrong side of tracks. Here to blaze a crazy fact. Replace this lazy Casey case and rap. Stay sharp in case they crazy whack. Stay sharp in case they racist whack. Matter of fact, I was brown, she was black, so that's the way life goes. Money loves assholes and fashion forward clothes. Sometimes it's swirls, sometimes it burns slow. You gotta hope solo, drink and drive. That's the way life goes. Money loves assholes and fashion forward clothes.
Because
do you think they're not getting it though?
No. This is what it is.
Okay.
Everybody drinks and drives. You go into a bar.
Yeah.
After that, like you're drunk. You're You're, you know?
Yeah.
What about the people that go into a 7-Eleven? Hey, shit, man, I just got off of fucking work.
Yeah.
Buy a styrofoam cup. Fill your beer up or put some fucking wine in there.
Are you?
I know that shit happens, man.
But
But it's a joke, though.
Are you maybe? I don't know. I could be. I mean, are you maybe assuming that more people drink than you think?
Well, yeah, that's I'm the question.
Yeah, I mean, everybody does it, man.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Because we know that you're at a bar, you're getting fucked up, and we know that you're gonna walk and drink. We know that you're gonna cycle and drink. You're gonna
and in Texas especially, right?
Yeah. They told me you were telling me last night about Texas and how it's so spread, and it completely makes sense that it probably does happen there.
It's a big part of the culture there, man. Way more than where I'm from.
Yeah,
you know, like
likewise.
It's not encouraging.
My partner of 6 years, you know, she grew up thinking that everybody drinks every day. Like everybody has, like the parents have cocktails when they get home to unwind. That's like a thing. Like every single day, 2 beers a day is normal. That's not that normal, actually.
Yeah, it's actually not.
It really isn't that normal. It's not healthy.
It's pretty normal
in Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah. You see these guys. They get off of work. They go buy their 2 tall boys and they just crack that shit and drive off.
It's part of your culture, though, and that's why because I honestly, sometimes there's certain times when that line makes me cringe because I'm like, I look at the audience and I'm like, fuck, they don't get this. They're like looking around. They're like,
I would never do that.
And I want to ask you, what if tomorrow Mothers Against Drunk Driving or something writes you a crazy letter and it's super sad and has pictures of like dead kids who are killed by drunk drivers?
That would suck, but it'd probably be the best thing that happened in our career. Cause
what would you say to that though? What would you say to a mother that lost a kid to a drunk driver?
Fuck, man. That's so depressing.
It's okay.
I would say Erik wrote that shit, man.
Our audience is used to this.
No, yeah. I mean, we're getting deep.
Yeah. What the fuck would I say? I have a kid, you know? I'd be like, that sucks. Erik wrote that line. It's all Erik's fault.
And then Erik.
No, I mean,
the world.
The way the song goes is that's the way life goes.
Yeah,
that's the way life goes.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just
we don't have control of people drinking and driving and all that. But I'm not encouraging it.
So for the record,
it's just a fact of life.
You guys are not encouraging it.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, I was there last night too. I saw the performance.
It's one of my favorite songs by them.
And there's
it's the way life goes, basically.
Yeah.
Come on, like, you know, drink and drive.
I'm sorry to all the baby's mamas. So sorry. No, but on top of that, there is this one shitty line where I go, "This is for the raza like Kid Frost."
And you wish you hadn't said that.
I probably should have said it now.
Shout out to Kid Frost.
Yeah, shout out to Kid Frost, man.
Yeah.
No, I really like that because that's whenever I hit the grito.
Yeah.
This is for the raza like Kid Frost, and then you know? He doesn't rap it anymore.
Yeah, I don't like saying it. It's so corny.
I think enough time has gone by. I'm thinking about it like there's probably enough time that has gone by that you can say it now, and it is kind of like it's almost like a throwback now. Like
not in Missoula.
Like it's ironic. It's like ironic.
Not in Missoula.
Yeah.
Maybe in San Diego, but definitely not in Missoula.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like what?
What? The records are.
or as Migos.
That's enough.
What
did he say? What was that line that he said?
Raza.
They don't understand it.
Yeah. I wondered last night because there was definitely some people like the drink and drive. They were like, you could tell they were like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking drink and drive right now. Hell yeah.
There was this guy like I'm standing on the stage and on the right hand side he was a pretty big dude and he was just fucking feeling it, man. He was like,
I saw that guy. Yeah.
He came up.
He seemed familiar with all your guys' stuff though. He was cool. He was wording some of the lyrics.
Yeah, I mean we've definitely had people yell at us from the crowd like, no, no, don't drink and drive. No. But yeah, it's happened. And a couple of times on this tour, it was like, okay, we're just going to end it. Let's not say anything afterwards. And then Erik will be like, you drink and drive, right? You drink and drive. He's like, just egging the crowd.
Are you guys maybe you're making your case, Erik? Are you... Are you?
Just have fun.
It's
be responsible.
It's a joke, right?
Yes.
It's just a fucking joke.
That's the way life goes.
If you cannot drink and drive, don't drink and drive. You know.
That's some good advice.
But if you can, hey,
take an Uber.
Yeah.
Take Uber. Yeah.
Take Lyft.
Support a hip hop career.
Ride a bike.
All right. What's coming next for you guys? What can people expect for the rest of the year? Now, I mean, because you gave up 3 weeks of vacation.
Yeah, so I'm going to be at home.
Let's drink and walk.
We'll be at home.
Toast each other on the streets.
Yeah. Now we're going to finish.
Make it real positive.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. That'll be a whole new thing. People will be like, we're toasting.
I'm more of that guy that's just like, see you on the other side, fuckers. Woo!
Gotcha. That's fine. I like it. I dig it.
Oh my god!
For you, for the rest of the year, you guys.
We're gonna
more music.
Yeah,
more...
we're finishing up the album. We're finishing up
a
the
new
album.
one.
We got like 3 songs done. We're just finishing that up. Hopefully, have it done by July, August. So a couple months here.
Yeah, wait for that vacation to pile back up.
Boom,
get the road again.
Yeah.
Nice.
The plan is to keep touring. Fortunately, I still have like 3 days, so
anything can happen.
It's
not over till it's over.
We can do another week somewhere.
Yeah.
So let's wait till October or something.
Let's book a little Texas run.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so and tell people if they want to get in touch with you guys or where they should get your music from, all that preference stuff. Twitter, you guys on Twitter?
Kind of. I mean, not really.
He runs that.
I had the feeling that you guys might not be
bad at social media.
Gotcha.
You know, it's not really the strong point.
Change that, I think, forward.
Yeah. Let's polish that up.
Yeah, we gotta work.
Help them to help you.
I think I'm just so like I'm dumb. Whenever I write shit, I'm just like, hey, Shannon, does this look right? It looks stupid to me. She's all like, erase this word, put this word over here. Let me rewrite it. I'm like, oh my God.
Give me your phone. I'll just...
Yeah. So I'm not really, like, you know.
I've learned the secret is to just press send.
Yes.
Just don't write it, don't look, and just press. That's the only way you're going to stay consistent at it all the fucking time.
I look at it.
Because if you're like, oh, I don't like the way I look. Oh, I don't like this shirt.
That's from the Donald Trump book, right?
Yeah, just press send.
You know,
our goddamn president does it. How bad could it be? You know what I mean? I don't have to decide anything.
You know,
no consequence.
Yeah.
We should change the word. Never mind.
What is it? Okay, so online though.
Oh, yeah, so, you know...
we'll get you some followers now.
Yeah. No, Fake 4 released the last album, so you can definitely find the last album.
Yeah, on the fake4.bandcamp.com.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then our whole discography is on the Chisme Bandcamp.
Chisme Bandcamp.
Uh-huh.
Spell it for him real quick.
CHISME.
Good.
What does it mean?
It means gossip.
It means gossip.
It's the Latin word for gossip.
I can't believe that wasn't taken. Because it's so fucking dope.
It's a
like I was
great word.
why didn't fuck cheese man? That's fucking
couple
awesome.
chismosos just
rapping, getting drunk.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
We've been called everything on this trip too.
Oh yeah,
really?
People get our names confused too.
Yeah.
Chesme. One sound guy called us that.
Chesme.
Hey, Hey, man, when's Chesme coming on?
It's
like a super group.
And we call ourselves Cheesecake, and we spell it differently.
But we had to break up.
Yeah, we broke up.
We broke up yesterday
because we didn't like the same laundry detergent.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend $5.
That's important.
I wanted that gain smell.
You wanted that gain.
That's important.
It smells good.
But
it smells real good.
Wait a minute, you did use gain?
Oh yeah.
So you guys all went separate ways.
Yeah, we all had creative differences.
Okay.
Detergent differences.
I get it.
I wanted to go with Suavitel. You know?
Yeah.
For la raza.
For la raza, like Kid Frost, man.
Yeah, that could be the name of your punk band. Oh, for the raza, like Kid Frost.
Hell yeah.
What do you got coming up, man?
Oh man, I'm trying to. I just released a song
from Prague.
I just released a song with Astronautilus and POS.
It's amazing. Check that out at platformcollection.com right now. It's on the front page.
Produced by Factor Chandelier. And
yeah.
We had this kind of, I don't know if it's going to be a project or not, but I've been doing some songs with Factor Chandelier and Astronautilus and blah, blah, blah. It might be like a 10-inch in the future.
All right.
That might be pretty cool.
Solo stuff? Anything coming up?
Yeah. Aside from that, just little things. I have a much bigger idea for a record, but it's going to take a long time.
It's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Until then, you're just on the road. Again.
Yes.
And again and again.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm gonna chill a little bit on the road. I had some big goals for like opening a retail space in New Haven. I've just been disappointed time and time again by it. It's just a very difficult route to go.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. We were like getting real serious about it, but now I'm like, fuck. I don't know. I don't really like talking about it because I don't like talking about things that may not happen. I've learned from LA that you don't talk about every time a famous person tries to endorse your music.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Toca, fuck man, everyone and their mother was talking about like signing us and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like when Pharrell listened to the album and fucking
right.
What was the other guy? Yeah, like Alex and I talk about this stuff. But yeah, I learned not to like talk about things too early.
Cool.
Because they might not lead to anything.
But until then, people can check you out. Just Google Ceschi. Yeah. Everything comes up.
Ceschi. You'll see it on the podcast thing.
And if you guys are listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio, or Spreaker, or at 24 hours of 2Mex hologram radio, if you're listening to it on that, boom. Go over to platformcollection.com right now. You'll see Chisme's links. You'll see Ceschi's links. Guys, thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. I know you guys took the time. For people who don't know, they had a show last night. They're about to leave the city right now, so they stopped in with us, and that's amazing.
Yeah, we actually got to go like right now.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that too.
All right, guys. Thanks,
man. Appreciate it.
I've been eating all these mushrooms while you guys have been listening to that interview. Those were some good mushrooms on that pizza. Man, I can see so many shapes and like colors, and I'm just like tripping out on this graphic design magazine cover that I'm looking at right now, because that's what I was looking at while you guys were doing that interview thing. Man. Make sure to tune in next time. You may now flush the toilet.
Presidents promise change, and I must say, our leaders are all deranged, and I must say, they're playing us in the game, and I must say, our planet cannot sustain us. All living this way will be in flames, and I must say, it's coming quicker than rain, and I must say, we're realizing too late, and I must say, our planet cannot sustain us. All living this way. Even if life has no sequel, don't mean this world ends when we do. It's all chaos, we fumble fingers in darkness, searching for something real, really though. We're spinning and never actually getting anywhere faster. Free falling petty, pinch pennies for masters, fucking bastards. Pillage them, rape and laugh afterwards. Fact of the matter is, smash for the ring, assholes got cash to the bank for the stack load. On the day they die, we build them statues and forget about actual truth. Write history books that praise their values for the youth to consume. Cause we live in a culture that rewards psychopaths who take from broke folks. When we lose our hope, we vote for the next bad joke that'll promise us new clothes and the right to own the guns so we can blow our brains out when there's no funds. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Cause the system's done, I'm guilty too. I don't got a good answer for your problems, and I'm living inside of this prison of corporate capitalism and carnage. I've got no knowledge that'll save the kids to pay for college. I'm only surviving and lost, but I'm screaming until the coffin. Promise change, and I must say, our leaders are all deranged, and I must say, they're playing us in the game, and I must say, our planet cannot sustain us. All living this way will be in flames, and I must say, it's hitting quicker than rain, and I must say, we're realizing too late, and I must say, our planet cannot sustain us. All living this way.
I must say that I do not co-sign the super stay dead time, colonial mind bedtime, community shift. I must say, I'll say this. Flipping through the pages of a history book that's ignoring all the lies that the royal fam took, and yet you keep taking pictures of yourself, your face. No heart in this demonstration. Give the agency your location on vacation. That's some fame shit, modern day lame. Air it out in broad day. You ain't free if you shook, even with champagne flowing through your veins. There remains under shade, 100 million ways you can catch a fade. Lay it on thick, throwing punches over kicks. Watch me flip up the frame worth a billion zips. Keep us muted and hushed. They ain't fucking with the click, but in the click we trust.
Presidents promise change, and I must say, our leaders are all deranged, and I must say, they're playing us in the game, and I must say, our planet cannot sustain us. All living this way will be in flames. And I must say, it's hitting